or what do you guys want to start with?
Well, I think first we got to figure out what's our business idea. What one of those top 5 things we're going to do.
That's right. So the top idea was the online training thing, right? I'm sorry I sent that to you so late. I like checked my email and I was like, oh dang, she sent that to me like an hour and a half ago.
Oh, no big deal. It was a last minute thought. Jason, do you have access to the our top 5? Because it can be one of the top 5. It doesn't have to necessarily be the top one, but obviously we could use that.
So wait, do I have access to what?
Oh, is that Kai? I think it is.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, Kai.
Hello. Sorry, I did.
And so with the total renovation budget of about $160,000, your all-in number here is $160,000.
We were just talking about the top 5 ideas. Because we have to figure out which one of those we're going to do for our business idea. Did you hear that, Jason?
Yes.
Kind of annoying. Does anybody have like background, like TV or something on?
I turned mine off. Hopefully that was it. Chip and Joanna Gaines talking about fixer-upper stuff.
Nice. I like them.
Okay. We were just talking about which business idea maybe I can screen share.
Baptism in the water.
Can you guys see that okay?
If we're not talking, can we just mute our mic?
Why he
All right, so what'd you say, Susanna? I didn't hear.
Okay, so we need to choose a business idea based on the ratings and stuff that I had last Friday. These are the ideas that we came up with. And so the online training course for new pet owners was the top idea, or the one with the highest ratings. And then there were some other ideas. Do we like the online training course idea, or do we want to do something else?
I like all of those, really, to be honest with you. Service.
You like which one?
Service too, because it's easy to go nationwide, because what you do is offer as a contracting service to local vets. We'll set up like a 24-hour, it's kind of like with 24-hour nurse line, or nurse line for you. Hours, so you can give them basic stuff and get you to the emergency room. Insurance, so you could make that like a thing attached to like pet insurance companies.
Okay.
So how would you create that? I'm just wondering, because that's actually, I love that idea. I'm just wondering, like, for our business, if we did that, our business would be that we create the setup for the phone line?
No. So you just basically hire a vet, and then the marketing department would just pitch it to either pet insurance companies, to vet centers that have emergency rooms before they come in.
Oh wait, so you're not talking about idea number 3. You're talking about a different idea. I'm sorry, you keep breaking up. So.
In a little bit, because it's like you have a nurse line that you call in before you go in. What's the best route to take? Because they save money, so you don't go to an emergency room for something you could go to a walk-in clinic for. Those companies would probably like it, because then they wouldn't charge as much.
I actually really like that idea. But what do other people think?
Are we talking about number 3, not number 1?
I think we're talking about something totally different, right, Jason?
No, I think it's number.
I'm talking about tweaking. tweaking number
Okay,
3.
it's number.
Okay, yeah, and I think it's good because we're doing something that's online that doesn't have like a brick and mortar location. We're not going to have a ton of investment to put into that. It'll be more of a software, and then like Jason was talking about, the legwork and selling to, online or the veterinary services that want to kind of pitch in and help get that started.
It wouldn't be that hard to pitch. You just say, "Hey, would you like to save money on your bills?"
Yeah, it's true.
The infrastructure, you just need to tell your customers to call us.
Yep.
Because it's a call center, it's an online environment. We could literally put it as anywhere.
Yep.
So we would be in charge of finding vets to be on the call on the call line, so that they don't have to answer.
A really easy way you can source that out is you could have people working from home. Like,
yeah, exactly. You don't have people in.
More companies do that. Clock in at their computer at home.
Yep.
Okay.
You could almost do like almost set up like Uber, where they just pick up shifts as they're available. I mean, obviously you'd have to have somebody on call, but you wouldn't have to have somebody within your city. You could have them at, in any city of the country to run any time of day.
Yeah, I like that. That sounds cool.
The only downside, I think, is that with the online or call-in clinics they have for people is that people can describe their ailments. You're going to have some things where you're going to say, well, my dog is lethargic or he's vomiting. What do I do? And they're like, well, I can't ask the dog what's wrong with him. So I don't know how often we would say, well, it'd probably be best to bring him into the vet. I don't know how often that would happen.
If this is what you also pitch. You say, pitching to an insurance company, you say, providers, and we'll direct them to the one that.
True. Yeah, absolutely.
Then the insurance company's like, wow. So even if you do refer them to an emergency room or something, you're referring them to the cheapest.
Yep, that makes sense too.
That's my theory.
That's a good idea.
You guys are so smart. I love it. I'm just like sitting here learning. It's great.
When you're talking about, we're talking about online call center, would it be possible to even do like a video things? So, or is that too much?
No, that
wouldn't be hard.
Yeah,
that's what Kaiser does.
So that
Kaiser
they could actually see the animal through the computer. That way, since the animal can't talk, they can get a look at him and know.
Absolutely.
Does that? Their doctor.
Yeah, there was a company I used to work for was moving the freight for this company, that they had these like doc pods, and you would like sit in this little like phone booth type thing, and they would call into a doctor and have the video chat and all that stuff. So it would be kind of just if anybody has FaceTime or video chat, they can just log right in, and I don't know how they would pay for it, but their insurance we'd probably have that sort of setup where we'd be billing their insurance for the 30-minute call that they had or something.
Okay.
So what do we need to have done this week? It's the business plan, right?
Do you have? I can share my screen, or do you? Or no, you've got it, right?
I can share my screen. Yeah.
Okay. Because there's two parts. The first part is just figuring out tasks and roles of what everyone's going to do, their research and everything, and then.
Okay, and then there's 3 parts that we're researching.
So this is.
So we have team.
Yeah. So this. Go ahead, Susanna.
We have team members. We need to choose roles. Then we need to choose tasks and a timeline. And then we can schedule events, kind of like this meeting. So that's our first order of business. And then our second thing we need to have done this week is the business idea sketch. So I don't know if we want to go over this just like right now in our meeting. It might be wise to do that.
Yeah.
Or we could just kind of split it up and say you fill in this section and you fill in that section. What do you guys think?
I think we should probably discuss a lot of it first, and then we can make the assignments and then have our individuals fill the stuff out as what do we get. But I think we definitely need to make those assignments and talk through it first.
Okay, so do the idea sketch first before the roles?
Yeah, if we outline what we're actually going to do here, I think that would be really good, and then we can kind of start assigning our roles.
Okay. Do you want me to just start typing as we talk?
Sure.
Okay. What should our company name be?
On-call vet.
Simple enough, right?
Okay. So then our product or service is an online
Veterinary clinic, yeah.
eVet.
eVet.
eVet works.
Apple will put iVet.
That's true.
Just making internet now.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Or iPet. ePet, iPet. I don't know.
That's good stuff.
Okay.
You want to put vet in there because anything with pet, you would think it might be like PetSmart. Like if you did Pet Connection,
Yeah,
that would make you think something else. Put something on that.
You know what? I wonder if it should be something like iPet Vet or something, because you see vet, you can think of veterans or something. Most veterans.
Oh, yeah, that's true, too.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of something. I can't. I mean, it's hard to come up with on the spot.
And like they said in the textbook, we can like revamp it and redo it, and just like we're just kind of throwing out ideas right now, so it doesn't have to be perfect.
Go with eVet. Let's go with eVet for now.
Okay. Is that price, would that just be negotiated with like the maybe an insurance provider if they have pet insurance, or do we have would we have like a flat $55 standard like visit?
I think there'd be two different pricing models that you could do. One is you contract with a company for a base rate, and then for every call you take, it's like an extra 50 cents or whatever. You know? Or you just do a pure as needed, or you just do a flat rate where they can only call.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was gonna say, because since it's just online, they're not going to be doing anything elaborate. You know, they'll do the exam and let them know if they need to go somewhere. I mean, we could probably do some calling in of prescriptions and things like that. But yeah, it should be pretty simple. It shouldn't be like we shouldn't have like a bunch of things to charge for, since the service is just basically one thing that we're doing.
Yeah, and then down the road, there's some add-ons you could do.
Well, and usually there's two different prices, you know, because if it's going through the insurance, usually that price is higher than if you're if you don't have insurance and you're being charged.
Well, I mean, so with the idea that I kind of thought was like, we're going to the insurance company, so we don't really care what the insurance people are paying for insurance. We don't care.
Okay, so that would be so target customer would be the pet insurance companies.
Exactly.
Well, the thing is, what they do.
You're trying to sell to them because you're like, hey, this is going to save you money in the long run.
Yeah. And what they do is those insurance companies, what they do for like health insurance is that if you go to an urgent care, which is the ER first, and you pay the $75 copay there, and then they're like, oh, we need to refer you to the ER, you go to the ER and you may not be charged because the insurance will cover that, so you don't have a second copay for that visit. So that may behoove them to go to the online clinic first, get the referral, saying, oh, you know what, we really can't help you with this, but why don't you go into the veterinary, this X doctor, whatever, that's down your road, and you already paid your copay, and we'll make sure that you don't have to pay additional fees just to see the doctor.
Is pet insurance popular? Do a lot of people have pet insurance?
Yes.
It's going to be.
It's offered through my work, but yeah, we don't.
Judging by the scores on my ideas, you guys aren't in areas that like pets. Like where I'm at, there's a refrigerated aisle dedicated to dog food and cat food. There's an ice cream section. Like if I go up north, there's dog bakeries that are businesses that make and I'm not exaggerating.
That's funny.
I was like, when you guys were like, oh, a pet funeral, who'd pay for that? I'm like, dude, I like literally any coworker or customer I've ever had come in the door.
That's funny.
Should we target hang on, what am I trying to say? Do we target all pet owners or just pet owners that have insurance for their animals?
No, you would target the pet insurance company.
Okay.
Contract this to the insurance company to save them money.
Can you explain the pricing model again? I was kind of confused on that.
I mean, I was just shooting out an idea, but my basic concept was in the insurance company from limited cost. Once a month you pay us $10,000. Or you do one with a discounted flat fee of like say $500. Every call we take on their behalf, $2 or whatever.
Okay. Can you try? Let's see. I'm just wondering. Can you get onto this Google Doc and type in the idea? Just because I'm struggling.
What's that one?
To hear you.
That one.
This one. I'll send
the
link again.
Yeah, because I was looking under Google Docs trying to figure out what you were pulling up.
Okay.
And again, I'm basing these kind of pricing models based off of what services do. Like, for instance, Wells Fargo will contract out to a company to maintain their buildings. And they'll pay them a flat fee to maintain the buildings, but every time they do an extra service, that service entails its own fee. But because they already have an agreed only going to use that one repair, they get a discount thing. So that's why I'm kind of basing this off of. A lot of companies already do that, like big companies that do that, worried about hiring and doing all that small stuff. So they contract it out to a smaller company, hyper focused, just let them do it for a cheaper price because that's all they do. So they're more efficient.
I think it's brilliant. Really, I think that's a great idea. I'm just having a hard time putting it into words. My brain isn't that big yet.
Can you share that document to all of us if you haven't already?
Yeah, so if you look on the right-hand side of your screen, there's a group chat, and there's a link.
I was waiting for an email.
There it is.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
That's already works. Thanks.
It's taking a while. It's saying view only for me.
Yeah, I'm noticing that too.
Lame sauce. Hang on, let me get it again.
You can change who has access to it.
Yeah.
Can copy link. Hang on, this will work. Okay, try that one. Ah, you're on there. Sweet.
My computer is a little slow, so it takes a minute.
There we go.
Preventing.
Okay, who's the hedgehog? Says I have an ibex, a hedgehog, and a badger.
I never picked any.
You what?
No, I don't know what I am.
I think you're the hedgehog. Wait, are you? I think you're the badger, actually, Jason.
Is there a way to edit that? I don't even know what to do with that.
What?
I was just saying I don't even know how to edit that to make it. I don't even know what that is.
Oh, you see? Okay.
No, I know. I see the pictures. I just don't know how do I change that if I wanted to pick a different logo.
I don't know if you can. Let me see.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Not a huge deal. I think that I like that flat fee thing where, I mean, it could get abused, obviously, but if those people sign up and they say, I have Spike and Fido or whatever, right? And then those are the only two that are like maybe on that subscription, and you got like a per animal fee, so that they're not trying to come in and say, I want to also get my cat checked at, even though I've only paid for these other two animals for the yearly subscription.
So what should the actual fee be, like in dollar amounts for the price?
Tell how much it costs to hire a vet and everything like that.
Right.
Well, if you want to go to a vet to just get a checkup, it's like $105 just to go in and see them for cash, right? So obviously, what Jason's saying, yeah, we need to get a negotiated price so that we can make money and be in business. But
so it would depend on how much. I mean, we would have to figure out how many calls we would get, how many vets we would hire. So,
yeah.
That's why I thought this is just kind of like, yeah, you just kind of get the idea how we're going to charge, and then, yeah.
Well, okay, guess what? They already have these.
It says outsourcing strategy. We could have like vets in India doing it for like $1.
Vets in India.
Hey, if they're going to be open at the 24 hours, at 2 a.m, you may need to talk to Sanjay or something, or whoever's in India to do the vet service. So.
So are some of these free because of advertisements? They just, instead of getting paid that way, they've just got, because I'm wondering if they already have a bunch.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm looking at this Ask a Vet online for free, 24/7 expert advice, and it's free. So
that's like, from what I understand, that's like an Angie's List thing, where they'll give you basic advice and then send you to a local shelter, and then they get a referral. They get a referral fee. So then that's like for people without insurance. This is my idea, was just kind of focusing on the people with insurance and just trying to save the insurance company money, not the person money.
Okay.
That was my idea.
So, looking up different online chat things, right? For the pets or the online vet. I can't speak tonight. I was looking at like competitors in the market, and I think we're going to need some sort of competitive advantage because there are a lot of online vet chat things already. So what if we did like what if we had like a panel of vets, and you could like choose a vet that you like feel like knows your animal really well, and have it more of like a personality thing, and like market it that way instead of just a here's a random vet that you can call anytime type of thing. So it's more of like a relationship that you feel like your vet really has your pet's best interest in mind. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, I think you could get a little more specific with, you know, the specific, because vets obviously take care of more than just dogs and cats, but that's probably the majority of the business. But if you wanted to do certain breeds, just to make them more comfortable, I guess. I don't know about the personality thing. I don't know how you would understand or get to know that particular vet unless you read just some sort of bio about him. And I don't know if that would be helpful.
I'm just trying to think of a way that would put us ahead of competitors.
Well, none of the, so I just did a quick search online. Again, we're not targeting a consumer. All the companies you guys are listing are targeting the consumer.
And you're saying let's target insurances.
Yeah. And basically we're saying,
okay, so that's our
your department costs you. So I just did a quick search. None of them offer a nurse's line. If they do, that means they have a nurse's line. That means, let's say that costs like $2 million for them to run. We'll run it for $1.5 million. To $500,000 overhead. Done.
Yeah, if they can get rid of that, the assets that they have,
their call centers are going to have to be a 40-hour employee.
Yep, and all the overhead that goes with it.
We do a virtual call center with a bunch of 1099 benefits. We don't have to do any state tax laws. We don't have to do a lot of those things. We don't have to do workman's comp. We just have to. That's how we become competitive.
Yeah, you subcontract the work, and you don't have to take on all that risk and all the extra overhead.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's more the
companies work like Verizon never buries their cables. Source it to a third-party company that hires illegals. So these companies are burying it for like $1 a foot. While if Verizon had to do it, they'd have to hire their union workers. They'd have to hire all the benefits and dollars a foot. You can't do it. It's not that you need to really offer anything crazy to beat it. You just need to say, this is all we do, so we're a factory and we'll just crank it out for you.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, and it's definitely very different from the online chats. Because these are actual.
Offer it to 4 insurance companies. 4 insurance companies profits into one production line. He's doing their own production line and their own trying to make profit off of it. It's going to be if we do this one, it's going to be like we're only going to make a penny off of each call, so we're going to have to make 1 million calls.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
All right. Do the on-demand funeral. That was my favorite.
I thought that was great.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, moving on to the next sections. Under the section, what will you need? Startup funds required. So we need a best guess at required startup funds.
So, like, have a user interface, obviously, for the virtual call center check-ins. You have to do recruiting. You have to do all that. I mean, I don't think there'd be a lot of overhead because we're not really going to have a building. We're not really going to do anything crazy. You have to hire a couple people to do sales at first. If you just get one company down, we'd be good to go for a while. I don't know how to put a dollar on that.
Yeah, that's tough. Because we're not having to invest in any of the computer. Since we're not getting our own building, we will need put together a website and do all that nonsense. But there's not going to be any actual investment into like major capital because we won't have to be building anything. So we're going to save a bunch there. But we got to tie up a vet.
See, how would we? Yeah, see, this is the only thing that I'm like, Maybe pick a different
I don't know. Let's
product.
just throw a number out there. Let's just say like $1 million or something. I don't know.
Well, let's hypothetically let's say that we have we how many veterinarians are we going to need just to operate with a minimum amount of business when we first start? Is 4 veterinarians enough?
Well, if we wanted to do 24/7, I mean, best case scenario, we'd have at least three, about like 5. Best case. And they technically don't need to be vets. They can also be veterinarian assistants.
Assistants, they could be, yes.
As long as you're not talking to a doctor, you're talking to a nurse.
Right. But they also don't have to be. I mean, they're on call, right? They don't have to be sitting at the computer just waiting. If they get called, they get up. If they're asleep, whatever, they can kind of get to it. Get in a couple minutes, but they'll be ready to go. So it's not like they're just sitting there. We're paying them. I don't know. You wouldn't actually have to pay them necessarily an hourly rate.
And we're paying them because the insurance, we're getting money from the insurance, and then we're the ones paying the vets that are on call, along with the webs we're doing.
I mean, how long to get that up and running? I'd say we need 6 months of funding. I mean, I want to say 250,000 is probably enough. To develop a website, to develop a sales force.
Yeah, knowing that we're not going to be making, we won't be paying ourselves for a while, so you're not going to have to worry about a bunch of payroll.
This is required.
Oops.
I have a tiny water.
So other things we'll need. You said we need a website, right? Start first.
Would you put that as other resources?
IT guy? Wouldn't I mean, would you?
Definitely someone with IT expertise. Again, I think that we're going to be using a Skype type thing, or even like Zoom or something like that. That's going to have a video chat. I don't think that we actually have we won't have any proprietary technology that'll be our own, maybe except for the website that will, partner with some accounting company like QuickBooks or something to handle that kind of thing. But
here's my only thing with this business plan is, as I'm looking at this, I think this is a great idea, but I am not very tech savvy, so I'm not even sure how I can help out with it. Like, I don't know how to help create this.
That's okay. I don't have any IT experience either. I don't know how to create a website, but that's why they have companies like.
I mean, we're not going to have to legitimately build a website.
Actually do it, right? Of course not. Yeah.
Right. No, but I'm just thinking, yeah. So I guess, we just got to figure out, how do we get vets? How do we pay them? How, just how this all is going to come to be.
That text should just be as simple as going to a veterinarian school and saying, "Hey, fair." Actually know a couple vets through the bank that I help. Most vets, a 1099 side job, or something like that, outside of their normal vet gig. That might be like, we just say, "Hey, I'm at Bob's veterinarian shop. How about you do this on your weekend, make some extra cash?"
Yep. You tell them, and again, you're telling them, "Hey, we just want you to be at home and on call, so to speak, just ready to answer a phone call between X time and X time. That's your shift, and then that's it."
Commit to these hours for being on call, and you get paid every time you get a call.
Exactly.
Okay.
So then we're not outlaying money for an hourly rate, but then they're getting paid, of the fee that we're paying, getting charged with the insurance company, that they'll get a portion of that.
Look at this, is sticking on there.
So the IT manager.
resources required. I'm like, how specific do we need to be? I mean, obviously we'll need a computer, you know, like that's, it says resources. I think they mean like startup resources. I would say we do want to push it to India. If we do want to outsource it. I wouldn't want to do that at the startup, but that would be like consultant. Someone familiar with business in India, things like that.
Yeah.
Then before you die,
Maybe a veterinarian consultant. The ins and outs of veterinarian billing, or like an insurance. Know how pet insurance works, the billing, the prices. If we go to give them the price, is way off base, or we underbid ourselves.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Consultant.
Let's put consultants. Yeah.
I don't know how specific he wants us to be. So.
Mm-hmm. Who's the one typing? Is that you, Jason, or is that?
Oh, that was me just then.
Okay, I was just wondering. Thanks.
Yeah, no worries. All right, are we good with the, well, hang on, let's explore some major risks. I'm super concerned about the competition because chances are, like at this point, longtime pet owners are going to have and online chats and things that they're comfortable with. And so to try and make an entry into this market will be a little bit challenging, I think.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, I don't think that there's a whole. I'm not too worried about competition in the fact that there's a lot of people like for us, for example, we don't have pet insurance, and so if the dog is sick, we're like, well, and we love our dog, but we're like, well, you're gonna have to outlay a bunch of cash just to go see it. And if it's just the dog's got a stomach bug, I really don't want to have to take time off to go and do that. So if I can call in, I think there's a lot of people out there that would just pay a fee directly to us instead of having insurance. So we're going to get a lot of people that don't have this pet insurance or may not be as friendly, but just like the people you're talking about that have their own people to go to.
Yeah.
Let me give you this. So at Kaiser, they're trying to streamline it. You can Skype the doctor. The doctor wants you to Skype because he doesn't care if you show up.
Right.
And like one time I went in there, I was like, oh, hey, like you could have just Skyped. And then you wouldn't have to pay a deductible. You wouldn't have to come in. You're just offering the service through the insurance company. So now the insurance company can say, if your dog's throwing up or you're about to go on a flight and you want something to calm your dog down, you can just Skype one of our doctors. They'll email you the prescription. They'll e-scripts it to your CVS for you. You just go pick it up. No deductible, no copay. You don't have to worry about waiting in line at the doctor's office, getting sick, getting your dog sick from all the other dogs. You just Skype us, boom, you're done. And that's what's going to appeal to the insurance company, because now the insurance company only had a deductible for a prescription that costs like $2 because it's a generic. So they're happy. And then that person doesn't lose their relationship with the vet that they see every year. So that way you're not interrupting the patient flow. You're just making it more convenient.
And you're not tying up that doctor's office for paperwork and all this other stuff that takes you. It's a quick 10-minute call in between. It can be even in between the patients when you see them almost,
And the other thing we're missing as well is this isn't just for pet owners. People with cows have insurance, and they need to see vets. People with like prize-winning bulls, people with breeding horses. So let's say they go on a show, their vet's way back in Virginia, and they went to a show in Kentucky. Oh, crud, I need a prescription for my horse. Boom, call up this number. We e-script it to where you are. You're good to go.
Is that why there were horse popsicles on the idea list? Because I was wondering.
Yeah, that was
like,
say what?
Horse popsicle.
My daughter want me to put that on there. We have a horse, and her horse loves in the summertime. She makes these popsicles, horse popsicles, as she calls them. So anyway, I was running out of ideas. She's like, oh, you put that on there, because if it was already made, that would be so nice for the horses. Yeah.
I can see people buying it. Like I told you, there's a section in the grocery store with dog ice cream.
Yeah.
Hey, Jason, I think that what Kai was saying that he doesn't have insurance for his dog. And you're saying that our target market are insurance companies or pet insurance companies. So we're talking about two different things here.
To start.
So okay, so Kai, you're saying to start we target the insurance.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because we need to get in. We need to get in with those insurance companies and get a solid base of like vets that'll commit to this. And then we'll have like a separate, like just one-time call in or a COD type thing where they just don't have insurance, so they'll pay the $60 fee to call in, and that'll be just us. They'll pay directly, via with a credit card or PayPal or whatever. That'll come directly to the site, and we'll still divvy up those funds. But then, so there won't be like a billing type thing that we would do with the insurance company. But I think insurance has got to be the first one because that'll be a bulk of the business.
That'll be where we can make
Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
So, okay. Okay, so start with insurance companies and grow from there.
Yep.
Gotcha.
So is this filled out? Okay, wait. So what do we have here? Where did we leave off? Other research website.
Get it.
Delay in taking on large corporations. Competition people trusting.
It can be tough to gauge a first year sales forecast.
He said, "That's paper, you chicken." You scared paper? No. Paper, but he thought it was a ghost. Yeah, it's a ghost.
Hi, is that your children that I hear?
I apologize. They're eating dinner.
You're so excited.
They're just talking about their chicken.
How old are your kids? How old are your kids?
I have 4-year-old twin boys.
And a super sweet wife.
And an amazing wife who does so much for me.
That's great.
Oh, she asked about the boys, okay?
I could hear them talking. They were so excited about what they were talking about. I was just wondering.
They're very loud. So if we look at, you said it's $208,000.
I was just wanting to type some numbers just to give you an idea of what it would look like.
That's great. No, that's
I mean,
good.
if they took each call got $10 over 50 vets, it would be $208,000. So the numbers a little bit, because a copay at a doctor's visit, like you said, is $100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wanted to get an idea of just like, it's got to be worth it to the vet. Probably want to get paid more than $10, and we want to make a profit. So probably more like $50 a call.
40.
And we expect to pay the vet $25, and we keep $25.
Agreed. That's a good. I think that's a good number.
Those numbers.
Because you can hopefully
I don't think
those
50 vets is too much either.
Yeah, and hopefully those calls for the vet last 10 minutes. So again, it's a quick $25 for both of us. Where we're just facilitating. We're not actually doing anything, but we're there just kind of bridging the network, bridging the gap between the two.
$1,040,000. I don't eat the corn and I'll buy it at least.
Set 8 calls a week, $50.
Hey, buy the chicken. After the chicken's all gone, not be done.
It's times 52.
Are we done?
And to be honest, I assume we'll lose money the first year because If we don't, then we have an astounding company.
Yeah.
What loses money the first year. So. Because 25 of that, let's say 25 of that's going to 520,000. We have to pay other people. We have to set up this website. We have to set up this, that. We have to incentivize the marketing people to actually make more sales. So, I mean, I would assume that's going to cost way more than 520,000. So I would say, I'd say we'd probably lose like 80. Pull a number out of nowhere. I'd say a negative 80,000.
And these are supposed to be really rough. The whole point is we submit this and then he'll give us feedback and ideas and everything. So
yeah, I think a majority of those losses will be, in the first 3 to 6 months, and after that you'll see that us start to chip away at those losses, and then year 2 will be in good shape.
And so I'm expecting the average call would be like less than 30 minutes. Which a vet makes, that would be in their realm of pay still. So especially starting off, and especially we're getting vet techs. See, what I'm thinking is another way of doing it is like, say we have 40 vet techs, 10 vets. And if someone's wanting a prescription, then they forward it to the vet. If they're not wanting a prescription and they just want advice, and then refer them to a local vet if they need it, right?
Yeah.
While a vet could actually process the medications.
Or I mean, if they can get that prescription and then just have somehow the vet sign. Yeah, I guess the vet's gonna have to get it anyway, but we just have to have the vet sign off on it somehow if he trusts.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. So and even so, then if we had 40 vet techs versus vets, then that would be
ideal. Yeah, it makes more money then
on the price.
Mm-hmm.
So gross profit, what is that? That's sales minus.
What is it? Revenue, total revenue.
It's just your sales minus your cost of goods. So it would be like, for us, basically, it would be like $50 minus the 25.
Old would be like the vet.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah. Right, the infrastructure. So that'd be easy. That'd be 520,000. My computer. But don't go changing the numbers. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That seems solid.
Yeah.
So when it comes to roles, are we supposed to say like you're the scribe, you're the leader?
Well,
I didn't see anything saying what the roles were.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. I can share. I've got her. Hold on. I know she had this somewhere. Suzanne, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm sharing my screen right now. Can you see the roles?
Yeah, I just got to click on. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't give an example of the role. That's what I mean. Like hey, you're CFO, I'm CEO, you're CIO. Or is this just supposed to be scribe, blah, blah, blah?
I think we take. So these are the sections 1 through 3.
Oh, I didn't scroll down. Okay.
What?
I didn't scroll down. Okay.
Yeah. So I kind of was thinking that roles would be like you take industry, I take opportunity, somebody else takes company. Does that make sense? And then we just go and research those and add that to the business line. But I don't know, actually. I really don't.
Because the idea is, so this week we've got those 2 templates that we've got to hand in. Next week, we're supposed to actually do like our first draft, like an outline. And it's all based on the industry opportunity and the company product description. And it's all in the book that shows how that all lays out. In fact, I got the book up. I might do that. Let's see if this will work. Can you see that?
Hang on just a second.
Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, we can see it.
You can see the table of contents?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have to focus on these first 3 weeks is on industry, the opportunity, and company product description. So next week we're supposed to just do an outline by the not the third week, but yeah, next week's the outline, and then the week after that is our final full written version. So basically, I was thinking like Susanna is that we should just divide this up into, people doing the research for different sections and getting it ready for an outline, and then they'll also be in charge of writing that part the third week. So I don't know, roles, if you want to, like she was saying, just put in someone's doing opportunity, a couple of people are working on industry, I don't know, a couple of people working on company product description, maybe.
That works for me. Is there anything specific that one of you guys want to take? 'Cause, like, I'll take industry. That seems to be a pretty. That one might need a couple of people, right? Well, I guess we'll have a couple of people on all of them. But
yeah. So there's 5 of us, right? Because there's also Trevor.
Yeah.
So maybe.
Yeah, I don't care what I do. You just pick whatever.
Well, I feel like you and Kai seem to have you seem to know the numbers. I'm almost wondering if you guys should be doing like revenue and growth and all that in the industry part of it. What do you guys think?
That's fine with me.
I don't know how you guys want to divvy that up, or you guys can do, or Susanna, whatever you guys.
Other classes, I can, yeah, that's fine with me. I've done stuff like that. That's no worry.
Okay, so we're just doing some investigating into the industry and into the pet doc industry, and then also maybe be an online version of that, and see if that's just doing as much in investigation as we can.
Yeah, for the industry part. And if you go, I don't know if you've read in here yet, because if you go through this, it'll show you, like here, it shows you section 1 industry, and it kind of gives what they did for their section, talking about revenue and just getting ideas for that. And so then the next section is opportunity, talks about customers and competition. I think that shows it up here. Hold on. And I'm going through it really fast. Yeah, so the opportunity is finding out who the customers would be and who the competition might be. And then that last section is about they were dealing with franchises. We're not dealing with franchises.
Judging on the due dates, this stuff is next week, and then the week after that is the actual like full written up business plan. So
right,
need to be done by this week. This is just assigning us what to do.
Yeah, no, this is just assigning.
Like I can look at industry revenue and growth. I can do that. You can put me down for that if you want.
Okay. I'll write that down and okay. I can submit this template that we have. The one. Oops, not that one.
I copied the link for the team members role or whatever. So I don't know. It should show up in your screen.
Oh, okay. Because I already have. It's in Google Docs. Okay. Should I? Hold on. Let's see.
Well, if you're going to fill it out, if you want to fill it out, that's fine. I mean, if you want to fill it out and submit it for us, that's cool too. But.
Yeah, I can just fill it out. So I don't even think we can share it. Emails. So for phone and email, I'm assuming just put in your BYUI the emails we've been going back and forth with. Or do you want?
I have my BYU Idaho email forward to my useful email, so either one's the same for me.
That's okay. So roles. So what do we say here? Jason, what are we saying your role is?
The revenue and growth. This is going to be research roles.
Researcher. What was it? Industry growth. Wait, what did you say? Industry and
Muted. Industry revenue and growth.
industry. Oops. Okay. Susanna, what did you want to do?
Hang on, let me look.
Or Kai? Or,
Not to interrupt, but I have another group meeting I have to go to.
Okay.
Same here.
All that we were doing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we're supposed to do events like when we're going to meet. Are we just going to keep this? Are we going to keep Tuesdays at 7? Because then we can just put this down and maybe just have facilitating.
I'm okay with that.
Tuesdays at 7 is good with me.
Yep.
Okay. So then I'll put that down for events, and then tasks, I'll just put down the. Anyways, I'll figure it out. So Kai, if you just want to tell me. Go ahead.
Find me as facilitator or anything like that, or submitter. Just email me. Just actually email all of us a completed version of this.
Okay.
To talk to me as facilitator or something like that, I'll do it.
Cool.
Okay. Okay. So Kai, since you have to go, what? Okay. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Kai.
You can put me down for company and product description, and I'll look for you guys' emails. We'll talk in the next day or two.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Bye, guys.
Thanks.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Yeah.
No problem. Okay. And then, so, wait, what did he just take? He took
Company product
description. Okay. So we could give, we could have, so what else is there? There's opportunity, customers, and competition. And then I guess we have one more person help with company and product description, another one help with industry. Does that sound right?
Yeah, we could do that. Hang on, let me share my screen really quick.
Yeah, here, I'll stop sharing. I can stop sharing mine.
No, you're good. I was just I went through the book, and so this was kind of how they broke it down in the book. So under industry, we had 2 parts for that. And then under the section, the opportunity, we had customer and competition, and then we had section 3. So I'm just wondering, I don't know if we should do okay, one person takes this section, another person takes this section. I don't know, honestly. It's I'm kind of afraid. I don't know. It just kind of seems big and overwhelming. So I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Company and product description. So okay. So let me think here. Industry size, growth, major players, trends. Define your segment size, growth, major players, trend. Well, I'm confused by industry, the difference between segment, because they both have the same things in there. When it says like size and growth, major players, it has the same.
Right. And I think what they were going off was the lazy bones model.
Right.
And so in there was the laundry industry.
Oh, that's right.
But under that, there was dry cleaning, there was coin operated, there was, and then their segment or their niche was non-coin operated laundry service that was not dry cleaning.
Right.
So I think that was their segment. So I don't know how that applies to us. I'm sure it does somehow. but
Well,
I just am not sure at this point.
Yeah. Let's see here.
I don't know if we want to do.
Did you record this? Is this for? Will Trevor see this?
Yeah.
At all? The Google Hangout?
Yeah, I recorded.
Although I guess he just said to pick something and give it to him. So
okay.
Why don't we divide up industry part? Jason and Trevor. You want to do that? Or do you want to do it?
I don't care. I don't know. So I can do whatever. But I was thinking, what if we do like, I don't know, one person here, one person for the segments, one person for the opportunities.
Yeah. I'll do, you know what? I'll do opportunity. I'll just put opportunity on here, but I'll know to look up customer. For opportunity, researcher. So researcher, industry, revenue, and growth is what Jason has. So actually we would have him do, well, that's basically, he can do that. And then oh no, I was thinking him, I think he would do the industry part of it, the top part, the industry where it says industry definition. Because he already said he would do industry, revenue, and growth. Hold on, I want to go back to what the book looks like. College industry. Okay. I was just, oh, you've got it. Oops. Got too many things open. Wait, hold on. I'm trying to, what did I just do? Oops, hold on. Oh, there it is. Hold on. Okay. Because I'm typing, I know you can't see it, but I'm just typing in the template. Are the, okay. Okay, so I'm going to be the researcher for opportunity. Jason will be the researcher for industry, revenue, and growth. Well, what do you want to do? Because we've got Kai as company and product description, but obviously we can separate that into the different points you have there if you want to do part of that and then he does the other part or something.
Yeah. I feel like I could do company and product description better than the other ones. Maybe I'll just do segments.
You'll do segments? Okay. And then so Trevor is doing, so Kai's got company and product description. And then competitive advantage. The other three would be so this outline that you're making up, is this supposed to be sent somewhere?
Oh no. I just sorry, go ahead.
No, that's fine. You're just doing that to kind of, so actually, are you sending this out to everybody?
I can.
That might be good to show how it's broken down. Like I can send what my template is, but this describes things a little bit better. That might be good.
Okay.
Okay, so researcher for, so I'm putting you down as researcher for segments in the industry. Jason is researcher, industry, revenue, and growth. I am researcher for opportunity. Kai is researcher for company and product. I think researcher, I bet you these are titles. Like, I mean, how would you, oh, we'll just put this for now. This is, he can tell us if we should change names or whatever. Researcher for okay. For planned events, what's today? The 23rd?
Yeah.
So I'll put down that you were this facilitator. And then planned event. Oh, wait, date and time. Okay, so 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Planned event, and I'll just go on. I can fill this out on my own later. Next week, you know what? I wonder if we should have Trevor do this next week since he wasn't here, be the facilitator.
I don't mind doing it each week, honestly. It kind of helps me get prepared and I don't know, stay on top of it. And I feel like these other guys have so much to contribute because they're so smart. I don't feel like I can contribute much. So if I can be the facilitator, I'm at least doing something. So
so you'll just, you know what, that could actually be your role too. I mean, I know we're all helping with research, but somehow I can put researcher for segments in the industry / facilitator. I'll have to spell that again. Okay. And then tasks and timeline, I'm just going to put like, I'll just put for what we have going on the next 3 weeks. Like, you know, I'll put the task is first draft outline and then final version. And I'll just basically go through what we have to do in the next few weeks and put our target, our due date and our target completion date. And yeah, anyways, I think I can probably figure this out the rest on my own. I don't know. I don't think it'll be too complicated. So, okay, so we'll just keep you down as facilitator, and then we can just, yeah, I guess we can just all take charge of, you know, different people at different times submitting. Am I still sharing my screen? I'm screen sharing. I'm sorry, I didn't even realize I was screen sharing. Did you see this whole time or not?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't realize I was still, okay, where is it? I can't, oh, here we go. Did I stop? Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. All right. Well, then I'll just finish filling this out. And then if you want to send that outline to everyone, I think that'd be awesome. And, and then I'll, oh, wait, what's that? The other Google Doc? I guess
the business
that's already
idea sketch. We already have the idea sketch. I can turn that one in like tonight. Okay. Because that one's already done. Yeah. And then
I'll up mine. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, that's all. So I think the team roles is due to tomorrow night, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I'll probably just finish it up. Well, I don't know. It's actually late here now. So yeah, probably first thing in the morning I'll get to it. Because after seminary. Anyway. So are you in Rexburg?
No, I'm in Arizona.
Oh, okay. Okay, neat.
Yeah.
Neat. So that's right. I did know that. I remember that now. Cool.
Yeah.
What's your, I know it's late, we've got to get going, but I'm kind of curious, all the people we're working with, to know them a little bit. So what are you majoring in? Is it business management or?
Yeah, it is. So I graduate in December, and I still don't know anything. I have good grades and stuff, but I feel like I don't know anything. Like, I think like once I get into the real world, then I'll like learn. But I don't know. What about you? What are you doing?
I'm doing business management. I'm only going part-time, so it's going to take me like another year and a half to finish. December of 2019, I'll be done. But my emphasis is finance, and so even though I had all these other classes, they were doing away with the finance part of it online. And so I don't know if you had heard about that or not. And so they said basically the next couple semesters you had to get all the stuff for finance done first. So I'm taking like investments, even though I've got other classes, I should have already taken, but yeah.
Same. I'm a finance emphasis too. And so when they said they were doing that, I was like, what? They can't do that? Like, we're close to graduation and stuff. So I'm in that investments class too. Who do you have for your investments professor? Do you remember?
Oh, that's right. Because this is an investments. This is, wait, which class? This one's the financing new ventures. That's right. I got, I'm in 4 classes right now because I'm taking 2 of the 1 credit, the personal finance 433, and I'm taking the 428. It's a real estate management class. And then I'm this class, and then, the investment class. And I'm trying to think, who do I have? Watson's one of my teachers. Butcher's this teacher. Is Watson
Butcher? Wait, is Butcher investments? Or Butcher?
No, Butcher's this class, I think, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then there's Watson, and I can't remember if he's the one. I can't remember which teachers are for which class. I'd have to go back and look.
Yeah.
Anyway, who do you have? Do you remember who you have for investments?
I thought it was Butcher, but that's this class, so I don't remember.
Yeah. No, I can see their faces because I've seen the little videos and stuff, but I can't remember